Welcome to Studio 7.
What's going on, everybody?
Hi, Friday.
Remember that thing we used to do? It would be like, I'm Mercedes, I'm Matt, I'm Autumn. We don't do that anymore.
No.
I don't know why.
I feel like
I
we
know
should
who
start
you
over.
are.
No, I was going to say at this point, yeah, they probably know. We certainly know. I don't think we can do it anymore.
Yeah. So, we were talking about Maple Weekend before.
Oh, I thought you were pointing at me to yell at me about the weather.
Oh,
Well,
no,
that
but
too.
That too.
That
I mean,
too.
whatever. It's,
How was it? How was it Wednesday with all the
Right.
snow?
Here's the thing. Let me get something off my chest.
All
Okay,
right.
okay.
We knew it was coming. We always know it was coming. And if you
Right.
don't know it's coming, where you been? Like, take the bag off your head.
We can still-
because it does this every single year.
We can still complain about it.
We
though.
can still complain about it, but this should not be surprising to anybody.
I'm
Every single
moving.
year, it's beautiful for a couple days, and people are like, "Oh my gosh, we made it!" Whatever, and then it gets bad again. It does it every single year. And
I'm
you know what?
moving.
It's going to do it again. It's going to be
Yes.
nice again,
I'm
and then
leaving.
it's going to be bad again.
I'm leaving.
Yeah. That's
I'm
what
out.
everybody. That's why everyone takes vacations around this time.
Bro,
but
we're
I-
all leaving.
Yeah.
I'm not. So,
But I think it was a little bit worse because it was so cold, and then there were record-breaking days, and then it got cold, and then
Yeah.
there was more snow. But interestingly enough, in the month of March, we get over a foot of, on average, over a foot of snow.
We couldn't even come close to that this
No,
year,
there
right?
was just a half an inch, and then Wednesday a couple of inches. So I mean, we're definitely not making it up. It's not always what ends
Yeah,
up happening. But we were well below what we should have had for March, and
Yeah.
April still has the potential of several inches of snow
Yeah,
on average.
Aaron Minkowski was saying earlier in the week because we were chatting that last year, I believe the last flake was April 5th. 2 years ago, it was April 24th or something. So it's a very wide range of when it can snow until I've always said winter wouldn't be that bad if we knew it wasn't going to snow in April. But even if we get like we did on Wednesday, a little bit, and then it's done, then I'm ready. I'm just ready to move on, but I can totally live with that.
every little bit matters when it comes
Yeah.
to snow.
Yeah, but I think about January and February and how we legitimately, I don't want to speak for everybody, most of us did not see our driveways. Like legitimately, our driveways
Yeah.
were
You bragged
covered
all
in-
winter.
I still had that stupid compact snow ice nonsense
at
at
the
the end
edge
of
of
my
the driveway.
driveway, and I didn't see my actual concrete until probably mid to late February, probably even later than that, probably
Yeah,
early
late.
March.
Yep.
So at this point, I'm like, whatever. What's a little bit more snow?
I'm not a fan.
No.
No, and you know what? The maple trees aren't fans either. So we did kind of hint at Maple Weekend.
Yeah.
Last weekend was the start of it. This weekend finishes it up. So if you're not aware of what happens, Western New York.
You just
they're-
did Maple
they're-
Weekend last weekend, right?
Yeah.
With the
So
family?
my
Yeah.
daughter had a field trip outing.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
we learned all about it with, through the eyes of 5-year-olds.
Sure.
And there are so many growers, or not growers, producers all across Western New York, 10 to 4 o'clock, Saturday and Sunday, last weekend and this weekend, open up, their farms or their sugar shacks, and they do all sorts of fun stuff for the weekend. And there are some places that do pancake breakfasts, like all you can eat. There are other ones that have.
Who are those?
They're all over.
Wait a minute, I said
you
that
go to
before
their
I
website.
realized.
You could find them all. And then there are some that have petting zoos and wagon rides, like tons of stuff. But their problem is you had those days where it got into the 70s, and once trees start to bud, like that's it. There's no more sap running through the trees, and they can't produce anymore. So they like the mild days and the really cold nights still, because it, not to sound like all sciencey, but they were telling me it helps, it builds pressure in the tree and it allows the sap to go up and down, and it comes out and all that fun stuff. Once the buds come, that no longer happens.
Autumn, the meteorologist,
I
said not to sound
know.
sciencey. That would be like not to talk about sports, but the Bills.
Yeah, no, I don't know. When it comes to that stuff, I get very intrigued.
No, that sounds really cool. I would love to do it, and I feel like we could do it now, but also our sweet spot would be in a couple years. No pun intended.
yeah.
Sweet spot.
You mean with your
Maple
daughter,
Weekend.
with her
with
being
my daughter
able to
and
enjoy
her
it?
being able to enjoy it and kind of understand what they're showing her, or even just like going out and
Yeah.
looking at the trees and stuff.
Does your family like the real maple syrup?
Yes.
I've-
Because it's thinner.
I have a confession.
It is
What?
thinner.
I'm a processed maple syrup kind of guy.
That's my family.
Yeah,
I like the
just
real.
syrup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they like it.
Yeah,
I want
I
it
always
fake and sticky and syrupy. Yeah.
right. You got to. That's how I always was too. And then I met my husband, and he always did the
real
maple
stuff?
syrup. And now that's what I like. However, do you keep it in the pantry or the fridge?
The
Oh, it goes in
fridge.
the pantry. You don't ever refrigerate syrup.
Why?
Do you refrigerate your ketchup?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that not normal?
No, you don't
No.
refrigerate ketchup or syrup
I refrigerate
or
ketchup,
peanut butter.
Not
peanut
peanut butter.
but I think with syrup,
Who wants cold
now
syrup on
Dominic
a warm
will.
pancake?
The reason he does it is because it helps thicken up the real stuff. The fake stuff, it doesn't need to be any
No,
thicker.
the fake stuff will be good in 2060.
I think the pantry is good for, but I would like to leave it out because then I like if my food should be hot, I want it hot,
Right.
and then he puts the maple syrup on the hot pancake,
But
and
it's
now
cold.
it's cold. Yeah, I'm not a fan, but that's
I didn't know
what I
that
have
people
to deal with
left
it.
syrup out.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I've seen all types of reels. It's something probably popped up and then that just shows me it's like, oh, you have two people in a relationship. One like puts the ketchup in the fridge, the other one goes to
Do you
the
put
pantry.
honey in the
Same
fridge?
with it.
No.
No.
No. Do you?
No.
Oh, I thought you were doing like all the
I'm like,
opposites
wait,
of what we're
it's
doing.
the same
Yeah.
consistency as that thick syrup.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I don't put I don't have the fake stuff anymore. We just
Yeah.
have the real
All
stuff.
right, Alyssa's doing
Well, it all
the
goes in
thing.
the
Oh.
pantry.
Yeah, all right, we'll be right back.
I'll be back.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Studio 7, probably a little bit of a different tone here. We go from Maple Weekend to something that is a little bit more serious.
Yeah.
So we should share with you, today will be the last episode of Studio 7 as it currently is. Obviously, a pretty big update, a pretty big development, but just moving parts, things are changing at the station, and we wanted to be incredibly transparent with you because we didn't want you to either turn on your television on Monday or go on Facebook or X or YouTube or wherever you've watched the show on Monday and us not be there because
right.
we are ending at least this iteration of Studio 7.
Yes.
But all of that said, still so incredibly grateful and thankful, really, at least for me, getting to know you guys more. It's specifically not that I'm like, oh, but we've known each other for a long time. I just got to know you
I know.
7-8 months ago, and now we're friends.
I know. Y'all
I
can't
mean,
get
not
rid of me.
anymore.
I'm not gonna bother you.
Not anymore.
After
Not
today,
anymore.
we are no longer friends.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
We
we're
are no
done.
longer
It's over.
friends. I would say I've learned, like, I've appreciated the time that I've gotten to chat with you all. We've had some fun topics.
Sure.
And for both of you, getting to know both of you. So I'm excited. Well, I get to keep bothering you. I'm not going to stop bothering you.
Yeah, and
Yeah, we'll have to keep our group chat.
I appreciate
Yes.
Studio 7, we just have to update it to a different name.
And,
Yeah.
and same thing about Alyssa, who produced almost all of these episodes. Not somebody who I knew previously before we kind of started this new venture. So I was really excited to get to know her a little bit more, especially get to know you. And like you said, we had an opportunity to just kind of, I almost said shoot the expletive.
Yeah.
Just, like
That's
kinda
exactly what we did.
hang out with each other for a half an hour a lot of days of the week.
Yeah. What did you learn? Either one of you. What would y'all say you got from it?
I'll let you lead this one.
Me?
Yeah.
What did I learn?
Well, I started this thing.
Yeah,
So,
right,
you did.
right.
Good job pulling
thanks
that
for taking the
Band-Aid
pressure
off.
off.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe to try not to overthink what I'm thinking or feeling and just kind of let that out and talk. And it's okay if you have differences of opinions and you can kind of learn from that a little more.
Yeah. I would say I learned two things. One of which, Mary J. Blige is incredibly more famous than Babyface. I learned Mercedes didn't really like concerts, which is crazy.
No, I just had never been to any.
I learned more about your family. I knew your
Yeah.
family. I knew Natalia and I knew your husband. So I learned more about them and hearing your stories and your extended family. It feels like your extended family is like 1 million people long,
It is.
which is impressive. I think for you, I learned more about kind of how you got here, your story. You know, you didn't have necessarily the same path that I had here, right? Like I graduated college, started working at Channel 7 all within a month. You did so many different things before you got here. And I think that makes you more relatable and better at this because you don't just have the concept or the idea of just like, okay, working here. Like in my professional life, all I know is working at Channel 7.
Yeah.
I feel like in times that's an
Yeah.
advantage, but there's other times where I'm missing the perspective of somebody else. And I feel
Yeah.
like you filled those voids pretty nicely.
Well, thanks. I really enjoyed this with y'all.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed. I enjoyed our food conversations. I
Mm-hmm.
did not know that you keep syrup in the fridge.
Yeah. No. Still going to. Still going to. That's not going to
Is
change.
it because you think it'll go bad?
I just have always done it. So it's
Okay,
like it's
so
one
just
of
a
those
habit.
things. It's a habit. But I'm sure my wife then always did it because she hasn't said it's weird.
Mm.
I think with the real stuff, it's to try to get it thicker, but the fake stuff's already thick.
So you think
I just
putting it in the fridge makes it thicker? The real
the
stuff?
my husband would argue that yes, it does.
Scientifically, is there
yeah.
a reason
Viscosity.
behind it? Or yeah, no.
I don't know, sugar
Just make
expands.
something up, dude.
That
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
that, that
The
I
last
don't
show,
know.
you doesn't matter. It's gonna be what? Oh, if you store it at 32 degrees exactly, it'll get 0.3 centimeters.
Yeah.
Nobody say whatever the heck you want.
No, I
matter.
enjoyed the food conversations.
Uh-huh.
I think
It's-
everybody at home enjoyed the food.
Oh my
like
gosh,
if
yes.
if there was a time that everybody would comment, it was what we're cooking, what we
Yeah.
like,
That or music.
different
Yeah.
music.
People love
yeah.
talking music.
I always liked the debates. I was
Yeah.
like, and they were few and far between because I do think that, at our core, we're all pretty similar and we're people and we like
Yeah.
trying to be kind. But I liked when we disagreed on things, which
Yes.
didn't happen enough. I wish we would have disagreed on
agree.
things more.
I
Maybe I
agree.
was biting my tongue. Maybe there's a lot of things that I disagree upon.
Nope.
This could be
I
when
try
it
to
all
keep
comes.
the peace.
this-
I'm
yeah.
like, oh,
This could be
no,
when it all
okay,
comes
sounds
out.
good.
I for the next 7 minutes
Yes.
just hammer away. I don't like you. I don't like you. I don't care. No, I'm just
Oh
kidding.
my gosh, it was great. I mean, we had a few good guests too.
Uh-huh.
Great,
Yes.
great guests.
Do you have a favorite
I
guest?
loved having guests.
I don't want to like specifically
No, they
shout
were
somebody
all
out.
great. Jigster, I would say, would be one
I
of your
liked Jigster.
guys,
I
right?
liked
Yeah.
talking to Jigster. You know who else I loved talking to? And this wasn't necessarily when all of us were here. When Taylor Epps would fill in. Taylor Epps
That was fun.
is a star.
Yes,
Let
she
me
is.
say,
Yes,
Taylor
she
Epps.
is.
I don't know
She's so much
what is
fun.
going to
She's
happen.
Really
Taylor,
great.
wherever Taylor Epps goes in life, that she is just so incredibly talented.
Very true.
Talking to her, I'm
Very
just like,
true.
wow. I
Yeah.
do not understand how we're sitting across from each other because she is so good at what she does.
Aww.
Yeah. You guys too.
I'm sure Taylor would love to hear. that.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm
I'm
sure
just
she would love to
gassing
hear
her,
it.
Yeah.
pumping
I
her tires a little bit.
We had quite a few
You
folks
should.
from the newsroom on here. Dom was fun too.
Oh yeah, Dom's a good
He
kid.
was fun.
Dom-
He was fun. He was on with my dad, and I was just like, "Oh gosh, we're gonna
Oh,
get
yeah,
taken
we
off
got
air."
to we got to meet your dad a
We're-
couple
I thought we were
times.
gonna get
Taken off
canceled that
there.
day.
Yeah, one of the first episodes was with your dad. I remember I was in New York. It might have been the first episode. Like the singular first episode.
No, it was us for the first few.
No, I know that, but wasn't it maybe the first week?
It was very early. It was very early.
Yeah, because it was
early on.
very early in the
Yeah.
infancy of
Yeah.
football
Right.
season.
Yeah, I was like, oh, we're gonna get canceled because my dad like has no filter.
But didn't curse. That was number one.
He didn't, but he said some things.
That's okay. It's just always
Said something.
I always like try and remind myself of that. It's like, you can stumble, you can screw up. Just like really try not to say anything that would get you in trouble. Just like, if you stumble, whatever.
I
Yeah.
learned what a pop was from you, and I thought it was a soda.
It's
Oh
just
yeah.
just blasphemous. Absolutely ridiculous.
I was like, oh, soda.
Yeah. All right. There's
Yeah.
really no way of like naturally doing this. So we have one more segment of Studio 7. So we will do that last segment on segment. Is that
Segment. See,
We
we're
will do
stumbling.
the last segments coming up on the other side of the break.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome back. Sorry, I didn't know if it was me. I was like,
No,
oh no,
I
am I
don't-
doing this one again?
None of us want to do it.
I just got I just got the text from my wife. She is being so bad in regards to our daughter. So I was thinking about that, and I'm like, oh no. But my wife will
What
figure
does
it out. She'll figure it out.
Who's being so bad?
Our daughter.
Oh, I
She
thought
is
you were
being
saying.
having a moment.
So bad is the text message that I got. That was
I
like,
gotcha.
What does that normally mean? What does she get into for your wife to say that?
being bad would be for her. Now, once again, this is not bad. This is just her being a child.
Yeah.
Of
Right.
not listening, trying to crawl places where she's not supposed to crawl, jumping on things. Sometimes it's taking her water cup and pouring it all over Harper's food, which then ruins the food. Stuff like children do. Like
You
it's-
know, to kids, we are
Being
probably
bad.
ridiculous because to them it's just normal life. They're exploring.
Yes, it's always funny to think about her perspective on things. She is 3 feet 1 inch. That is her current height. So I'm like, she's always like kind of I'm twice her height. She's always looking up. She'd be like, what's this guy doing?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's interesting when you get down to their level and you're like, huh,
Yeah.
it's different down here.
You're like, there's kind of a lot of dust under the couch. Somebody should probably get to that. Should probably be
Get some
me.
pads on them.
Yeah. All right.
They're
So
crawling.
before the break, we were saying that this is our last episode of Studio
Yes.
7. This
Yes.
iteration of it, because I don't want to predict the future.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going to
Yeah.
happen, but we are not going to be back on Monday doing this same version of the show.
Right.
So we're kind of sharing our favorite memories, some final stories as we say goodbye. Is there anything that either of you didn't get to say the last segment that you want to say?
No, I mean, there's.
Well, you better figure out for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, because we have 5 minutes.
Well,
yeah.
you know, I did want to say, because we were talking about how we have gotten to know each other. I loved hearing, Mercedes, about your family dynamic and the things that you do with your kids to keep them kind of involved and doing just fun, really awesome family things, like
Yeah.
making them answer a trivia question all together.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
and, like
yeah.
I just thought that, so there are so many like little things like that to try to, I only have Natalia, but that will help kind of rope her in all the
Yeah.
time and keep them I don't know, just in such a family structure that I
Yeah.
just love to hear.
Yeah.
So
I think my big takeaway is we started this show, no pun intended, kind of in the infancy of me becoming a father. My daughter was at this point 1, maybe a little older than 1. Now she has turned 2. And I feel like I really, even subconsciously, appreciated hearing both of your perspectives
Yeah.
on raising a child,
Yeah.
but also both of your perspectives as moms, because that's a different side than in my head. I know it's still being a parent, but you fall into this box of, okay, you're a dad to a little girl. There's a lot of stereotypes that come with that.
Yeah.
This is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're not supposed to do. And I feel like the conversations we had are different than the conversations I would have at home with my wife. Those are much more, that's the mother of my,
Yep,
so to hear
yep,
your
yep.
perspectives on it, I think helped me kind of better understand maybe at times what my wife was going through or dealing with, but also helped me become a better dad. And that's
Yeah.
not a finished product. That's something that I want to continue to do.
Oh,
It's like,
forever.
yeah.
how can I
forever.
every single day become a better dad? Because
Yeah.
that's something that really matters to me.
Yeah.
So that's one of my big takeaways from this, of just having the conversations that we had and how I can implement that into
Yeah.
being there when I need to be there.
Yeah, I appreciated the age gaps, the age differences.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I got a lot of kids.
I kept you young.
I mean, so there
I kept you young.
yes, but I mean, like the age gaps, so we could talk about
yeah,
the
what,
differences in their personalities and where they are in life and things.
what
like
might be coming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like all
she
of
didn't
that.
know. Have you seen that viral Saratoga water thing where the guy puts his face in the water and wipes his face with the banana peel?
No,
I'll show you guys when we're done.
why
So-
did he do it?
Have you seen this? It's got like 100 million views online. So
Because he wiped his face with a banana
no,
peel.
he's this absolutely ripped dude who shared his morning routine, which is the most ridiculous morning
So now
routine in the
everybody's gonna
world.
be doing that.
So everybody is now mimicking it. But one of the things he does is he takes the Saratoga water, which is like $1 bajillion a bottle.
It's really yummy.
Oh,
She
I just
drinks
bought
it.
it for $2 upstairs.
Yeah, okay. Well, he
Yeah,
pours
but
5 of
yeah,
them
but
into
those
a
are
bowl
little.
and washes his face with it every single morning,
Oh my
and then like takes a banana peel and wipes it. But that was the point of a long-winded way of saying.
But if you
I
said he
kept
was
you guys.
ripped,
Oh, he's.
were they really
yoked.
watching the water and the banana peel?
I don't know. Buddy was yoked, but that was like a viral moment that we could talk about. Now we're going to end with neither of you having any idea what I talk about. So it almost
Now
feels
I
fitting
have
to. It almost feels fitting to be like, "Did you see that thing?" Both of you go, "No," and then go,
No.
No.
"All right, well."
Showing my age. I
Yeah.
know.
And why would I mean, I do watch a lot of videos, and my kids send me crazy stuff all the time.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
yeah.
Nobody was watching the banana peel in the Saratoga Springs water.
Let me say, I want to say one more thing, and then we should all say goodbye.
Okay.
To those of you who have commented, to those of you who have watched, to those of you who have sent us messages, tuned in, whatever it is, we wholeheartedly appreciate it.
Yes, we do.
because none of this would have ever existed without the engagement, without
Yep.
all of the people commenting and sending us nice things and telling us nice things, the people who've shared their stories with us, that have opened up to us.
Yep.
So from all three of us, thank you for that,
Yes,
because
yes.
I think that was one of the things we were nervous about when we were starting. Like,
Yep.
would people actually watch and would people actually comment? And you have, and that's really, really exciting
time.
and really
Yeah.
cool. So we
Big time.
appreciate that.
And even just saying hello, happy Wednesday, or whatever it was.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes those days aren't great,
Uh-huh.
and to hear someone else say,
yeah.
hope you're having a nice day. It's like,
Yeah.
ah, Okay, let's try to change that around.
Grocery stores, restaurants.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
do balls,
My
but people
nail
come
salon.
up. Yeah, oh, your nail salon.
My nail salon. Yeah,
Yeah.
Lou
Yeah.
from the
I gotta get them
salon.
cleaned up. No.
Yeah. She said, "Stop biting your nails."
Yeah,
man."
my bad. All right, anything you,
know
want to say?
I was going to say, and a question that might come up is what will be on, and it's going to be Inside Edition at 4:30.
Yes.
Oh.
Thank you for
Yeah.
that.
I didn't
You're
even
Thank
know.
you for that. No, thank you.
Yeah,
for that.
I didn't even know.
brought it up because I was like, I have to make sure I know what it is.
Thank you. All right, I've said
No.
enough. You guys say
Yeah,
bye.
it's time for us to go, but I just want to end with thank you for allowing us here at Channel 7 to do what we love to do, which
Yeah.
is hear your voices.
Yeah,
Yeah.
be in your home with you and kind of help you cook or whatever. Keep your mind off of other things.
Yeah.
That's what we were here for.
Thank you. Bye. Have a good day.